Hello, everybody. How's it going? Good afternoon. We are here. Okay?
Yep, I only choose to speak when I want to.
Fair? Okay.
Right, what's
Hello.
the plan then? It's a little different today.
Well, it's a little different today because it's John's birthday and we're going out for a meal, which we have done on Tuesdays before and made it back in time, but only just. And my concern is that because, well, not concern, but because it's John's birthday, we probably shouldn't just up and leave halfway through, especially given the time that we are going. So there probably isn't going to be a second stream today, so we were going to ask the question of, like, should we just do, like, one big Ace Attorney stream, or shall we do Ace Attorney for an hour, and then do Final Fantasy for an hour? What do people feel like doing? When's the table for again? 6:15?
6:45.
6:45, okay. So we could go until 6 quite comfortably instead of going until 5.
Yeah.
So we could do 2 hour-and-a-half slots, which to be fair is probably roughly how much we do with both games anyway. It looks like people just want us to play Ace Attorney.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. People like Ace Attorney. I mean, it's a very narrative game, so that's fair.
I guess.
Yeah, I quite like Final Fantasy. I like them. I like them both. It looks like people want us just to do an extra long Ace Attorney. Just realised, could you go and turn the room light on? Helps with the tracking. When it gets there.
Turn on the 5-watt bulb.
It just needs to warm up because it's old.
Speaking of warming up.
Is that cold? Okay. How close are we to finishing either? No idea.
I don't know for 4, but I do know for Ace. Because we're on the penultimate case.
Okay, we're penultimate. So there's still an entire case to do in Ace Attorney. I said I felt like we were maybe halfway through FF4, but that was literally just a feeling and based off guesses. You're right.
Something on my dressing gown.
And now there's something on my desk.
Sounds like a you problem. I solved my problem.
I guess I should go put that in the wash again.
No, I'm cold.
We have 5 million blankets.
Yeah, I'm wearing one of them.
That's a dressing gown on a blanket.
Type of blanket.
No,
Is
no.
it made of the same material as a blanket?
No.
Yes, it is. You can't just fabricate your own truth and be like, hey, I'll win.
That's what you do.
I don't. Are we actually going to play this game then?
Probably, but also Pokemon.
Who cares about Pokemon?
Me.
Oh, they've released Pokemon Z. Oh, gives
They
a
haven't
shit.
released it, but they're
Who
going
cares?
to. We do. We do.
Have they done anything new or groundbreaking in the last 10 years?
What do you define as new and groundbreaking? Because they've released probably about 5 generations, all of which can be classed as new.
No.
Well, there you go then.
Not new. No, well, it's new, but it's not groundbreaking.
Legends Arceus was quite groundbreaking, to be fair.
Only groundbreaking in terms of the Pokemon franchise, not groundbreaking in terms of gaming as a whole. That's like the new Assassin's Creed coming out and being like, we've made a new Assassin. No one cares. No one cares. Assassin's Creed 1 was awesome. 2 was a continuation of that awesome.
And
Then
so you
just
used
stopped.
you used to care. You used to care a lot.
I did.
And then you became jaded.
I just grew up, and I got annoyed that they don't make new, interesting stuff anymore.
Okay. Well, people who enjoy fun, are you excited for the new Pokemon game? Because obviously I am.
Well, you shouldn't be. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
No. Stop being cringe.
I'm not being cringe.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not cringe.
Yeah, you are.
I'm cynical.
You're both.
You're a different kind of C word. We're going to start what? Making it 3D was really big. Yeah, I liked the stadium type games in Colosseum. Those were cool.
I think they mean the jump to making the whole franchise 3D.
Yeah. I don't feel like they did enough with it. I think basically all they did was just put it in the third dimension and went, there we go. Let's fix that problem. It's like, not really. It's a bit half-arsed, isn't it?
Colosseum was brilliant. That's true.
Colosseum was great. If they announced that they were doing some new Colosseum or, Shadow, whatever it was.
A new actual, like, RPG story. Because obviously all of Pokemon is kind of an RPG, but Colosseum and XD were actual RPGs in the sense that they put a lot more emphasis on the storyline, and you had a story and a goal.
Because you weren't a Pokemon trainer that was going to be like, I'm going to be the Pokemon champion. It wasn't to do with that.
Yeah, tick these 8 boxes and then go do the Elite Four. Yeah. Me and my friend have talked about that as well. We literally last night when we were chatting, it was like, what are you expecting for tomorrow? I was like, I expect nothing, but it'd be cool to manifest a new like Colosseum or XD. We even said like GameCube emulator when. Still none of that. I found the Poker Presents being kind of meh for Pokemon Day. It's one of those things where I found it I also found it kind of like lacking, but I'm not upset by that because I want them to spend more time and making things, because it was very obvious from Scarlet and Violet that things were rushed, and I don't want them to do that. So there was nothing major announced today, and I'm fine with that. Is the summary. There were no major announcements other than they have a new game planned, but it's not ready yet. And I was like, cool. I'm happy that you're just spending time working on it. Like if they announced that there was a new Legends game coming out this year, I would be slightly worried of like, has it had enough development time?
You know what I think would be a great new game for Pokemon? Like a genuinely great new game.
Mm-hmm.
A rebooted RPG series. So don't use the same mechanics that you have already established. Make a new RPG, but that's still Pokemon. So none of this sort of, you've got 4 moves and here's like one passive ability that you've got. Just make a new RPG series that rewrites the formula. Don't limit it where it's like Pokemon have 2 types. Break all the rules. Make a new RPG, something that is new and different.
That could be fun.
It
was like they were half. The thing is that I think at this point they're now too scared to do new things, which is a big detriment to them. I was about to say, cause like they half did that with Arceus. You can't say that Arceus was totally new because it still had the Pokemon type matchups and 4-move layout, but it did implement the strong style and agile style variants of the moves,
Didn't they get that from the Pokemon cards?
No, they released somewhat simultaneously.
Oh, so that was just the new mechanic for...
It was kind of like the mechanic for the thing of in the TCG cards. Yeah, it was basically you can either have a standard move or you can have one big move that hits really hard, but then you basically lose a turn, or you can have a multi-hit move, and obviously there were different strategies built around that, and they had that in Legends Arceus, so you could do a stronger and agile, and then the whole different, like the way you filled in the Pokedex was different and good, which was nice, but they still had the same formula of, you catch the Pokemon and you have a team of 6, and you have 4 moves. You could change out those 4 moves at any time, which was a nice quality of life change. So it was a step in the right direction, and I think that's probably about as bold as they would have been willing to go, because the company as a whole is probably just very scared to try new things, which is why I guess spin-offs exist. Oh yeah, the boys are being added into Pokemon Unite, which I find very funny, which is the Pokemon MOBA.
Yeah.
The boys!
I kind of like the look of Pokemon Unite. I kind of liked the look of that. I thought that was at least interesting.
Feel free to try it, it's on the Switch downstairs.
I don't understand the Switch. It's scary. It's scary technology for the new youths, and I'm not the youths.
Well, you're just straight up lying, because we've literally sat and played Switch games together. So you're literally lying.
I have to have someone else set it up. I just get given the controller and I figure out the muscle memory of what buttons to press. I still prefer a GameCube controller.
You could probably play Unite with the GameCube controller.
Probably could. Still need you to set it up.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I also have my own things that I'm doing because I have very limited free time, and this is part of my limited free time that I dedicate to you and these horrible people in the chat.
Thank you.
Stop agreeing with me. It's really annoying.
This is what I found now is that when Spook is complaining and he says and he's trying to be like, you know, I do all of this for you and I've done all of this and all of that. If I just go, I know, thank you. He runs out of steam. He's like, fuck, I can't argue with that. I'm just like, yes, you do a lot for me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
It's very hard to
Thank
argue
you.
with someone who's agreeing with you. It's really annoying.
New strategy unlocked. The idea in Arceus where you engage with the bosses super uniquely was fun. Yeah, the boss fights were interesting. It's funny because the Arceus boss fights kind of play a little bit like Palworld. Because you actually have to run around and dodge. You don't attack the monster, but the monster is definitely attacking you. So that's, weirdly enough, is very Palworld before Palworld was a thing.
I think it'd be cool as well for a new direction where your objective is not to catch all of the Pokemon. You know, you're limited in resources in that you will only ever have a small team start to finish, but every time you play, that team is, you know, guaranteed to be different, basically, because you'll find different shit.
We talked about this before, you want a Pokemon roguelike.
Yeah. I think that'd be interesting, because part of the thing with Pokemon now is that every time you go back to an old Pokemon game, because you're like, oh man, I remember this was great, and you pick up, like, you know, the Johto one, and it's like, okay, well, even if you choose a different starter, okay, you go into Route 1, there's still the same 2 Pokemon in Route 1.
Yeah.
So they're going to be part of your team. There's just no escaping them. The reason why Nuzlocks are fun, and why especially in randomizer Nuzlocks are fun, is when you get these weird ones that you're like, I would never use this Pokemon, ever, because I just don't care about it. And then you use it, and you think, I actually really like this guy. He's been clutch in my team. He's really awesome. That's what makes Nuzlocke fun.
Googling the Hippowdon.
That's why they're more fun, you know. Even when I go back to playing my favourite Pokemon games like Leaf Green, which I love to bits, there's only so far that I get before I'm like, I'm really just covering the same old ground. I've done this before. I just wanted the feeling of, God, remember when I played this and it was fun. So that's why I'm just bored of Pokemon now. It's
Again,
just
that was
the same
was
shit.
partly nice with the Legends Arceus because it was Sinnoh. Because it was Sinnoh in the past, it was like the general theme is there, but it was still a little bit different of like, you're in Route 1, so yes, the first Pokemon you see is a Bidoof. But after you've done the catching tutorial, because at the end of the day, there has to be a catching tutorial. It's a Pokemon game, it's a game for kids, gotta have a tutorial.
Yeah.
Beat the tutorial, go around a bend. Oh, a Ponyta, an Eevee. You don't find those in Route 1.
No.
First zone, you could get a full team of Eevees if you wanted. Never known a Pokemon game let you do that. That was fun. Just mix it. I even said at the time when Legends Arceus came out, and I was like, this just shows how starved the Pokemon community is for something new. That such minute changes were basically considered groundbreaking for the franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the idea of there's not just 2 Pokemon in Route 1 that are the basic bitch boring ones of, here's your basic bird, here's your basic rodent, you'll get bugs in a second so we can show you evolution quickly, and then we're just going to go from there of going through some sort of, you know, the most basic of each type generation, with Dragon and Ice being at the end and Psychic being at the end because they're the good types.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I've said that a lot, even before like Legend Arceus, with this thing of I would like a region that is essentially inverted from all the other ones,
Yeah.
where you have Ice and Dragon and the interesting types at the start.
But even stuff like, if you take Gen 1 and you've got your Charmander, your Bulbasaur and your Squirtle and whatever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if when you're walking around you can still find other versions of those, and when they evolve you might be able to get a Charizard that is like flying and dragon. It's not fire because of whatever reason, whatever variant that it is, you know.
Yeah.
Either it's because like Cantonese ones are always fire and flying,
Yeah.
but then there could be other ones that are just slight different variations.
Yeah,
of
they
them,
said-
without
yeah.
needing like a full palette redo. Of
Yeah,
like, you know, I
because
like
they
the
have the
Vulpix.
they have the regional variants like those, but
the
again,
Alolan ones, yeah. I liked them. That was a cool idea of like, we don't need to make a new Pokemon that fills this niche. We're going to take old Pokemon and we're going to say, well, they've adapted to the world differently.
Yeah,
like, I thought that was a cool direction.
They
but then
literally
did it
did.
like a handful.
They literally did it in Arceus. Because people were like, oh, well, what are the starters going to be? Like, oh, it's going to be Chinchar, Turtwig, and Piplup again. And it was like, no, your starters are Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott. And everyone was like, wow, that was really... why? And then it turns out that the final stage, they all have unique new evolutions because they're in the past and they're in a different place. And it's like, well, they've been infected. Literally, the Pokedex is like, because of the environment that they've evolved in, they've achieved a different form because it better suits the environment for X reason. It's like, well, that's cool. And hopefully they're going to do more of it in this current Legends one. I literally said to Curls, I was like, I wonder which starters we'll get, because the last Legends game had different starters. Which ones will we get? Snorlax and Arceus was blocking the path and you could go around him, but it still went Snorlax, yes. He had Grass-type Voltorb that inspired Pokeballs. Was it that way around in Arceus? Actually, don't remember.
Oh no, because now you're getting into the Pokemon lore, which is already batshit crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was neat. I quite liked the concept of the Hisuian Voltorb of Pokeballs in the past are made from apricorns, which are plants. So this is a grass-type Voltorb, which is neat. It works. Right. I knew we would end up talking about Pokemon, which is why I put us in just chatting and put us here for now, because the Pokemon Direct just happened, so it was on my mind. Yeah, but we've got a full year to wait, so literally 2024 basically got fuck all to wait for. 2025, however, there's a lot happening that year. So, wow. Alright, so it looks like we're just doing extra long Ace Attorney today. Never forget the level 40 Rapidash. Everybody knows the level 40 Rapidash. Here's your starter, it is level 5. Here is a level 2 Bidoof. Here is a level 3 Eevee. Here is a level 40 Rapidash. Ah! Oh, God! As PokeNerd, did you know what the Unknown said at the start and the end of the stream? I didn't get a chance to read the end of the stream one because it wasn't on screen long enough, but I believe at the start it literally just said Pokemon Presents in unknown symbols. Yes, I'm that bitch. Unknown isn't that hard to read, it's letters. When you take the time and proper care into it, I don't care if it takes a while. Yeah, and I think the entire franchise as a whole, not the franchise, the entire community as a whole is in that point now of majority of people would prefer that they spend more time developing a good game than just rushing out the next game. So it's like, there's no new Pokemon releases this year, and that's fine. You don't need a new Pokemon release every year.
No, because we have Power World.
Exactly, exactly. I've had my Pokemon this year. It's called Power World. I don't need more Pokemon. We have Pokemon at home.
Yeah, like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, which is also out in 2025. Right. We're gonna start. I can't promise we won't continue to talk about Pokemon.
I need to change Twitch stuff.
I do, yes. What Pokemon would Phoenix Wright have? Have you seen that hair? An Electrike.
I was thinking that. That kind of checks out.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with Core. Hopefully a good kick up the backside.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I think a new reinvented Pokemon RPG.
Mm.
Break all the old rules, we're going down a different route.
Mm.
It's an RPG, but it's going to play differently. think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm just curious what the new Legends game is going to be, because the last one was very much in the past, like far past, of like, you know, electricity is a new thing. The trailer for Legends AZ, oh no, ZA, sorry, looked more modern, but not like sci-fi modern. It's still in the past because the trailer was literally a blueprint of Lumio City, which is a city that exists in X and Y. So it is in the past of it doesn't exist yet. The city doesn't exist, but the way that it was being drawn was reasonably modern. I think I've already seen, just from that trailer alone, that Lockstin has already given the estimate of potentially, I think he thinks maybe like the 1800s.
Isn't it just going to be another open world Pokemon game?
Don't know.
So isn't it just going to have like, if it's Legends, then it's
gonna
follow the same formula.
Yeah, it's gonna follow the same formula. I'm just saying I'm interested in the theming and stuff, because the original one, the first Legends one, had that sort of like, you know, as a lot of people said, it was Breath of the Wild and its Pokemon of like, you know, you've got to craft your Pokeballs from stuff you get from trees and stuff because the technology doesn't exist, and now it's in the 1800s. Like, okay, well, we do have some technology.
It just means you'll have workbenches where you'll go and craft stuff. It's gonna be the same thing, isn't it? That's why it's just like it's not. It's only new in what it looks like. The mechanics are still going to be the same. We're just going down the same rabbit hole. You know, I loved Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 1, fantastic game. Assassin's Creed 2, built on it even more. Then you get Assassin's Creed 2, and Assassin's Creed 2, 3, and you start looking at your watch going, You've done it, guys. Well done. You made a great game. Move on, please. You're embarrassing yourself. It's only because 4 came out and it was like the pirate one that people loved it, and it kind of got a revamp.
Wow.
I like how someone's made a custom Pokemon for Phoenix Wright and they didn't go with a Phoenix.
They didn't make it a Phoenix.
They've made it some sort of, what is that, Bald Eagle Goose?
Yeah, it's Psychic Steel type, apparently. Right? Defense Pokemon. Right.
Should have been a water grass type because he's a fucking wet lettuce.
He is a wet lettuce.
Oh my god.
Well then.
Well. Which was Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed 3 was the one that took place during the American Civil War and was crap because it was boring. Because they somehow couldn't take all the interactions between, like, meeting famous people in American history and make it, like, you know, interesting.
Vaguely interesting.
It was just a history lesson of just, you know, what happened if a half Native American, half American person went through the American Civil War and spoke to all these people, and you got a history lesson. It was annoyingly boring.
Yeah.
The start of it was sick because you play as a Templar and you didn't realise. It was only revealed at like the end of like the kind of tutorial that you're like, oh shit, I was just playing as the enemy who goes and does the dirty with a Native American, and you're born as the next assassin dude. I can't remember who his name is.
That's how good the game was. Can't remember the main character's name.
1 and 2, I mean especially 2, they really perfected 2. Ezio Auditore da Firenze. Oh, quality.
Yeah.
Seeing him go from being a kid, watching his family get tried and hung, to then seeing him basically become old, grizzled, you know,
veteran kind of.
Insert Das's fanfic of what he wants to be when he's an old male character. It's awesome. It's awesome. Assassin's Creed 2, just fantastic. They just went and just overdid it. And it's only because 4 was great for different reasons. Like, I always find it weird when people are like, I loved Assassin's Creed 4 because of all the pirate ships. It's like, well, then it just should have been its own separate game.
Yeah,
then. That's not Assassin's Creed.
Not Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed's playing as a dude with a hidden knife.
I think back when Assassin's Creed 4 did come out, a lot of us did say of just like it didn't need to. This could have just been an Assassin's Creed game, but because we're now in the state of the, and have been for a while, we're in the state of the games industry where making new IPs is so hard and like is just considered not financially, not like the risk is not worth it for investors basically. So they will just make stuff and slap a name on it because they don't want to risk making a new franchise and it flopping.
Yeah, Growlithe did basically what I did. I think I finished Revelations, but I don't remember enough about it. But 1, brilliant because it was basically a new series.
Yeah.
2, brilliant character, better setting, made a lot more sense, had a lot more of like you can do stuff and make stuff. Brotherhood multiplayer, which was awesome,
Okay.
even though it was shit, but not shit because of the gameplay. It was shit because trying to join the servers was just nigh on impossible. It just failed on a technical level, not on the game. The gameplay itself, when you got in, was fun, but other than that, the servers just sucked ass. And then Revelations was like, please keep playing with Ezio. We're running out of ideas. Please just enjoy Assassin's Creed. It just kind of died a death. At some point, I do want to play Odyssey and Valhalla. Again, I've just reached the point now where it's like, it's just going to be another open world. Here's a big map, very pretty.
It is.
Here's your fast travel. Here's your towers for looking around. Here's the mini side quests that are inside. It's you know, it's like Horizon. It's another open world. Here's your towers. Here's where you can see all the map.
And the other one that they released on the Switch, which was called Phoenix Rising. It literally played through, like Curls played it as well, because Curls hadn't played Breath of the Wild and I played through it, and I went, spoiler alert, Curls, this is Breath of the Wild with Assassin's Creed elements.
But even Breath of the Wild is, you know, okay,
more of the same.
It had some unique stuff with the dungeons and the puzzles that were in there, and that was cool. But the other part of it, of like, oh my god, it's open world, like Legend of Zelda, wake up. We are in the 2020s. Open world stuff came out in the 2000s.
Yeah, at least
I was playing Assassin's Creed when Halo 3 came out.
Yeah,
you are outdated.
At least Tears of the Kingdom did well with its the like physics mechanics engine that they made with the I don't know the name of it, but
stasis and the magnetism and all that.
No, that was Breath of the Wild. In Tears of the Kingdom, the sequel, they made this thing, which, for lack of a better, it probably has a proper name that I don't know, but for lack of a better term, I'm going to call the glue function, in that you could find stuff and stick them together, but they would work.
Oh, the building.
The building,
yes,
but you could do that with things of like if you found a sword, you could literally like glue a monster part to a sword, and suddenly your sword has got elemental damage. Of like, oh, I've stuck some fire stuff on
That's
it, and
cool.
That's
cool.
Yeah, so that was
innovative.
That was innovative, yeah. And guess what? They needed an extra like 2 years to make the game, and it was worth it. So that's why, like, but I think Tears of the Kingdom is actually better than Breath of the Wild because of that. And the physics engine of like, you know, oh, I've got a wheel, I can stick these together and stick an engine on it, and I've got a car and I can stick a thing on it, and now it's a battering ram, and then I can stick this and I can catapult a Korok into a lava pit and commit war crimes, you know?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you want that's cool, but when you just come out with a game and you're just like, it's open world, it's like, oh, fuck, shows, they're all the same.
Yeah.
Just Cause, I think, might even be the granddaddy of open world games. Here's just, you know, fast travel, towers to look around stuff, little fort areas you've got to clear out, yada, yada, yada. It's always the same stuff. It just sounds like it's new and innovative in and of itself because it's open world.
Yeah,
that doesn't make it good anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We've been doing it for 20 years.
Again, it's probably not. It's not like the little developers. It'll be the big honchos at the top of like a lot of big games now. They're just like, oh, let's make it
Far Cry.
Yeah, let's make it open world, and it's like I don't think you realize that open world is not considered impressive anymore.
No,
people don't want massive open world games. They want games that are concise and know what they are, not these weird ambiguous, well, it's open world and it's a survival shooter crafting mining.
Grand Theft Auto was open world. It was just top down. It's like you go to Vice City. When did Vice City come out? Fucking donkeys years ago. That's got to be the early 2000s as well. Technically, it's an open world game. You got a big massive city that you can roam around in. It's got its boundaries on, you know, some bits that are locked off by the story, but other than that, you can go around and do what you want. It's just not fun. And that's why I'm like, you know, it's like, oh, the new Pokemon Legends is coming out, and it's like, is it going to be very similar to the old Pokemon Legends? Pretty
probably,
sure you can bet your boots it probably will, but
probably
it's just going to have a new theme over the top, so you're paying for just what it looks like. And I'm like, all right, great. Don't really care all that much. I'm interested in what the gameplay is going to be like.
Yeah. At least this, the only thing, I mean, again, we've got a preview trailer that it had the Mega Evolve symbol at the end, so we know that they're bringing back Mega Evolution as a mechanic, so that's already got some people interested. Great Ace Attorney stream, folks. How's your work going, Das? Busy day?
Oh, shots fired. Fuck. Oh, there was a bit of venom in that voice. Took some poison damage there. Ooh, nasty. We started up Spook and we aren't going to be able to stop him.
Yeah, it's like starting up an old car with a little crank and just... and he's off. But no, it's understandable. I get that. Also, there was a Pokemon racing game core. It was called Pokemon Dash, and it wasn't great. It's anytime.
Yeah. I've used up all my voice now. You'll have to do all my voice lines.
Nah. Oh yeah, we're starting the trial.
Oh yeah. This is day 1 of the trial. Oh yeah. We're going to have to find out who's going to do Karma's voice. Because this is a new prosecutor.
Oh, Von Karma. I mean, that's going to be me, isn't it?
Are you going to do Are you going to be able to do Von Karma's voice justice?
I don't remember if it... No, there's 2 people called Von Karma, isn't there? I'm getting... Yeah.
They are both of Germanic
one
descent.
one is female, one is male. So I assumed it was the female one, but now I'm like, oh, it's going to be the male guy, isn't
Technically, she exists within the world, but she doesn't exist in this game. She's too young.
Yeah, she doesn't appear in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Von Karma's that woman. I was like, no, she's not in this game.
Yeah, he deep. What I mean, he looks deep.
I mean, it's not going to be me then, is it?
Karma. That means I'm going to be doing. This is just Spook. Spook tells a story
I'm
for an
doing
hour.
Edgeworth.
Yeah, he's the defendant. What do you mean? I'll do Edgeworth? Sat over on the bench in silence because I've got a legal requirement to shut up. I'm gonna get in close to the microphone.
Yeah, try not to actually stress your voice. The whip lady. Yeah, the whip lady.
Yeah, it's her father. Karma.
That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. Just throwing shade over here.
See, the lack of eye contact. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared.
It's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. Oh, more shots fired.
You told me what it really means to prosecute.
What?
Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10.
Oh god, I'm no good with math.
So he was your teacher then, Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh wait, maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance.
I doubt it.
He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20.
Edgeworth isn't good at math either.
No, that's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god amongst prosecutors.
I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia, Maya.
Uh-huh.
We could really use Mia's help right now. Any chance of you, being useful?
Oh.
No.
I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach.
You couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again.
Ugh, what bad timing. Go stick your head in a fountain.
I'm really sorry. I'll try my best.
I bloody hope so.
What are you whispering about?
Ghosts. You're not going to believe it.
He's not going to believe it.
Ghosts. We're whispering about big titty ghosts.
Well,
what are you whispering about?
Well, it's time.
It's time to head in without ghosts. Right. Welcome to Spooks Talks a Load of Crap in 3 not very distinct voices for about 2.5 hours.
Have fun, everybody.
There he is.
There he is. Look how pixelated he looks.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Oh, we're first this time. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Look at him.
Ooh,
Look at him.
The clutching of the sleeve? What is this?
Notice the neckerchief?
Yes.
Look Got a mullet. That's how you can tell he's German. He's got a mullet.
Yeah, the swept back hair.
German mullet.
Full trim as well.
Mm.
The like a deeper blue. Just very, very good design. He has an earring. That's amazing.
That's where he. That's his phylactery.
His phylactery. Not this one around his neck.
Neat. We only usually have Spook talking a load of crap in one voice.
Yeah.
Now you get 3 nearly distinct voices. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? I'm really tempted to give him a really high-pitched German accent. Like, go like Adolf Hitler screaming into the microphone.
No. No. You will have to maintain this for nearly 2 hours.
Well, he's just going to have the same voice as the judge because I can't go that deep.
So it's the judge's voice with an accent then?
Fool! Immediate regret. What do you want to do, Karmas, then? Just so at least
I mean,
it's
I guess
different.
I'll try just so that there's another voice, because I'm guessing if, like... so Lotta's probably going to get called on the stand, maybe Larry will, and there's the mysterious...
A detective.
The detective will, and there's the mysterious witness that we don't know.
No, it was Lotta that we sent.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
we
Lotta.
sent
So it'd be
Lotta.
Lotta and detective. So yeah, so I've got one voice, so I suppose I should do it just to be balanced. Cool. Enjoy this, chat. Okay.
This is Blue's impression of a man with a deep voice.
It's not going to be deep. I'm telling you now, because I'm not shredding my throat.
Oh, okay, so this is Miles Edgeworth.
But German.
But German. So kilometers, Edgeworth.
But how long is that? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here and were I not completely prepared?
Stare.
Jesus.
Right, my apologies. Yeah, he's gonna send you to camp. He's even got the judge scared, and I'm sweating like the wet lettuce that I am.
You're so sweaty.
Very well. Your opening statement, please.
Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Look at his mouth.
Jesus.
And his chin, I hadn't even really registered. Look at that long chin.
He has a long face.
Nothing, of course. That should be fine. Thank you very much. Guilty.
Wait.
Prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something?
He's a royal pain in my ass.
Uh,
How am I supposed to fight against this?
I call the detective in charge of the case. Detective.
Detective Penis, what have I stood in? Okay, Gumshoes first. This should be easy. Because he's actually going to be trying to help us, really.
Describe the incident now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Oh, no. Detective Gumshoe looks, nervous. Please take a look at the map that I drew. Gets his crayons back.
He loves drawing a map.
I'm drawing a map for you. The murder happened late Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. That's not the middle of the lake.
That's not the middle.
It's nowhere near. There was a boat somewhat into the water. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. Do you reckon he did a little cut out there and he goes... It wasn't a sailing boat, so it had to be rowed, so excuse the noises of shh, shh, shh. It went towards the boat rental shop. They even drew Larry's little hot dog stand down the bottom. Thanks. Thanks for the map.
Thanks. I'll put it with the other one.
He's got a little collection of crime scenes.
Testify to the court about the arrest. Now.
Wait, Mr. Von Karma.
Yes.
Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings.
Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
In the anime, they have screens for this stuff to be on. Some of them are models. It's interesting to see how they show them. Yes, I have seen little snippets from the anime.
That's
like
interesting.
do a little Google. There's like 2 computer or TV screens that are obviously connected up to computers where they visualize a lot of the recreations and stuff. So this is what they're meant to be pointing at. And what's the funniest thing about the anime is that when they point and shout at each other, it sends like sonic waves across the
Yeah, well, it's
courtroom
an anime,
and
isn't it?
throws them against the back wall. I'm like, the hell am I watching?
It's an anime.
Thank you for the fault.
Thanks, Gordon.
Yes, of course, you're quite right. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
That's not what this is about.
Such
No.
deviation.
Deviation! It helps if you can fucking spell, Core. Jesus.
Deviation from the electricianist. The arrest of Edgeworth.
Uh-oh.
A man called into the stations around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, so sad. Very short as well.
Yes.
I see. Very well.
Wooloo.
Lulu.
Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now. Why am I?
What he said. Yeah, he's being about as useful at the moment as a condom machine in the Vatican. So, what are we questioning? You received a call from a man?
Who is this?
Yep. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, correct? That's his voice.
Wow. Fuck.
Objection. That's what I mean is that I ain't doing that for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I can't do that either. That woman and the man who called in the report are obviously 2 different people.
Yeah, I mean, we gathered that 2 different people, yes.
Well, yeah.
I think the reason we're raising this is that why are they not being
Yeah,
presented
it's like
as a witness?
yeah, that's not what we were questioning.
Who is this man?
There were 2 witnesses.
Oh, my math! Oh!
The testimonies were quite similar, however. There was a woman who was camping.
A lot of heart. A lot of hair.
What happened next, detective?
Okay, so we're not going to learn the identity of this man, alright?
Okay.
It is the scene of the crime, yeah.
How much time did that take?
How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's
Damn,
pretty fast.
That's pretty fast. That is pretty
That's
fast.
pretty fast.
Our motto for the month is get there quick. That's all right. Is that a motto? Can that qualify really as a
I don't
motto? I guess.
Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. 3 bags full, sir.
I look forward to your next year's salary review. Brutal.
So much to look forward to these days. Like noodles.
This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue.
Yes, sir. Alright, that's where we found Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay.
What was he like when you found him? What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you found him?
Yeah.
Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really.
Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force?
2 goddamn many. Whoa.
Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts.
Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. I'm gonna say he's objected to everything that
Everything
you've
that
done.
we've done.
No, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. Okay, why? Why not? Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know, 'cause he's my boyfriend! We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors.
Detectives, the court isn't interested in your romantics. Deep?
Thrusting cock!
Hi, pirate.
What a time to come in to Von Karma saying deep thrusting cock.
Nope, that was all you. I never heard so many flipping comments from an active detective on the force.
Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good.
Continue, now.
Alright, and then the next morning a body was found in the lake. Ooh. Did you find any clues on the body? We found a lot of water. A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally.
Judge, here's the bullet.
He just fucking throws it at him.
It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well, the court accepts the bullet into evidence. So, found in the victim's body, fired from a .22 caliber pistol. That is what they call a pussy pistol in America, because it's small and compact. And they're like big Glocks over there that blow your windows out every time you pull the trigger. No, why is that? Because he was the only dickhead there. Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A .22 caliber pistol. Were you not paying attention, Detective Gumshoe? That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right. Sorry, Your Honor. Okay. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence?
I hate that smile. I hate this. I hate this.
The face of fuck you.
Mm-hmm. It's like, damn, that's a face that I really want to fucking punch. He's probably going to punch me instead.
Ah, he has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth.
That was a laugh.
There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. Ooh, what? So Edgeworth was holding the pistol. Order! Order in the court. Sit yourselves down. So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Accepted into evidence. Oh dear. There you go. The murder weapon, .22 caliber, fired 3 times, bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand.
Fired 3 times? There was only one bullet.
Only one bullet that was found in the victim. So the other 2 missed, basically.
Okay, I'm already finding a couple of things that don't line up.
Mm-hmm.
Members of the court. Did not have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective!
Yes, sir?
Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol?
Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol.
Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking. You imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. Oh, we get the investigative music.
Numbers, yes, Growlith, numbers.
It's quite accurate.
Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
That makes it sound like a pretty clear-cut case. Order! Order! Sit yourselves down or I will hit you with my ring hand. This is bad.
Yeah.
This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. I mean, yeah. Makes it look like no one else could have done it.
Well, Judge?
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However,
You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I'm somewhat fatigued, so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge,
Yes?
what are you doing? 10-minute recess, now!
But wait,
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man!
Yes. This course will take a 10-minute recess. Heil Karma.
Who the hell's running this court anyway?
Yikes.
Well, that
Well.
went bad.
Cool, yeah, I didn't really get a word in edgeways.
And a word in Edgeworth.
Edgeworth, yeah.
Edgeworth! Not Miles, Edgeworth! What's going on here?
I mean, to be fair, he calls him right.
Yes, that's true. Well, we expect it from him.
Again, it's another one of those translation things of, again, in Japan, they call people by their surnames quite often. They just do. So in the translation, they would have called each other Rice and Edgeworth.
I would have thought they'd have called each other Honey Bunch. Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon? You didn't think to tell us about this sooner? And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot the man was the person in the photo.
True.
Was that you in the boat?
Yes, it was me.
What?
But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him.
Then who did?
I don't know.
You don't know? You were right there.
I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. Can't say why, but I thought at the time he had shot himself.
You mean it was a suicide?
That's the only explanation I can come up with.
Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? It was Maggie Simpson. It was Maggie Simpson. Say, Maya.
Huh? What?
Are you going to be fucking useful?
Oh, sorry, it's no good.
Ugh.
I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick?
No.
If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right?
Yep, you're useless. Get out of here.
No, I need you.
No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out, even if you end up just trying my patience. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? No, that's Christmas. That's Christmas, Nick.
Yes,
Why
it was Christmas, you're correct.
She calls him Nick.
True.
Does that mean she fancies him?
I mean, potentially, yes, actually.
Nick! I want a burger.
Or
Cheese.
cheese.
A cheeseburger.
Cheese.
Oh, look who it is. You're
Hello,
not,
darling.
You're not welcome here. Go away.
Ignore him. I love you.
Cole comes in and farts at us, and Denise comes in and throws
There are
cheese
two kinds of people. Shut your mouth.
How dare you? I have to talk in this a lot because there's a lot of people that I have to voice.
Yes.
Get on with your line.
It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense.
Or guns.
What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits.
Oh, everyone has their off days. You're just having a few off years.
I've just been getting lucky lately.
I've just been shut up! What? This is my voice. I've just been getting lucky lately. Not that lucky though, because you can't call your big-titted sister. This is bullshit. Anyway, you never know when my luck's going to run out. Maybe I'll get shot.
Really? Whoa! Right.
Hold it.
That one was well timed. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart.
Not as bad as the heart you shot.
Ah! He
Oops.
didn't shoot.
Sorry, my bad. Stop farting.
You guys have gas problems.
Fort.
Court is back in session. Everyone sit down. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Oh, he's trying the old snappy approach, see if that works.
Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand?
Oh, this is going to be a fun interaction between these two. Howdy ho, y'all!
Howdy-ha! Lotta Hart. You are a research student in a
Hello there.
university.
Hello there, in brackets, Obi-Wan.
General Kenobi. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all kind of fucking rude, you Europeans.
Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand.
Very well. Your testimony, please.
So basically, the Tiger Tech ain't got shit on the American government no more, so shut your face!
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang coming from across the lake, and when I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat.
I thought they must be fucking.
That's when there was another bang.
Oh, they fucking hard.
Oh, they fucking. Was that Pro ZD skit? Oh, they fucking. What are you talking about? They're just standing there talking to each other. Oh, they fucking.
Bang.
There was an area thing on that lake but a boat.
Hey, Denise, there was 10 bits in your G-string.
Perish.
Sounds.
Enough.
Denise has found the soundboard and she's just like pressing all of them. Like, boop, 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 boop.
Choke. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence.
Well, this is a surprise.
He picks it up and it's a selfie of her face. Out at the lake.
This looks like the very moment of the murder. That stands.
She is stance, Jesus. That is a confident woman.
Order.
Order, I will remove people from this courtroom via the roof. I will uppercut you immediately.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him.
Snap.
Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth.
His eyebrows are not straight either. They are S-shaped.
Order.
Order! Order! I will have order! How dare you! Look at her. That is a...
Yeah, it really sort of enunciates the expression. Well, Judge, I hate this face so much. This expression in particular, I hate.
old-ass punchable face.
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant.
Objection!
Wait a minute, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
Cross-examination. We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo's worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Duh. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything.
And then you will die, Mr. Bond.
And then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Look at his eyebrows there.
Yeah.
Proper S-shaped.
Nick? Content?
Contempt of court. You know, arrested.
I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? You really think there was a contradiction in the facts in her testimony? I'm gonna assume there was, otherwise the game ends.
I think I noticed one thing.
Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything.
Great.
Right, let's take him on.
Yeah, I have a terrible feeling.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I understand. I will cross-examine the witness.
Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
Just pulls out a fucking Kruger and shoots him. Right, so what are we looking for? Bless you.
Why would you do that?
Because it's funny.
And the sneeze.
Empty your face all over the floor. One bullet shot to the heart, like the song.
The problem with this game is that people use words like just after midnight, and I'm like, what's the window for that? Is 15 minutes past midnight considered just after midnight, or is just after midnight meant to be like 5 minutes past? You know?
I mean, when you're talking in terms of this, if it was 12:15 and someone said, "What time is it?" and you didn't have a clock specifically, you'd just be like, "Oh, it's just after midnight."
Yeah.
It's the vague terms of it's just after midnight. Just after midnight, you say.
It's funny you should say that.
In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day.
Huh? Yeah, well, yeah. I know you want to find contradictions, but really.
Just correcting her in our chronology.
I hope your next contradiction will be a little bit more substantial. Witness, continue your testimony.
Or I yeet my hammer at
It
Phoenix.
was in my car.
Okay.
It's bang.
Okay. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat.
Okay, so the first shot went off. This is another thing that I've said. It said that the gun was fired three times, but only 2 bangs were heard.
Yeah.
So there's
So
that,
we're missing a bang.
we're missing a sound. Yeah,
So you heard a bang come from the lake.
I'm not sure how I don't know how I bring that up for the game.
Well, we've got to keep it in our back pocket. We've got to find contradiction in what she's saying, not try and solve the
Okay.
case. So I looked after I heard that noise, right? Oh,
You said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not a leisurely chat with the witness.
when I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat.
Okay.
Okay.
We have a photo for that. It's not an
And there was another bang. Right.
Isn't anything on that boat?
Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out?
Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble.
Karma, I think I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? To find Edgeworth guilty, you must. There's an area thing on the lake but that boat. It's a very specific thing to say.
Yeah.
That implies that you looked at the whole lake. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as a country gal can be.
Sounds pretty sure.
Guess I'll try to press further.
How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scan the whole lake. It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you...
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained!
Yes, of course.
Oh, great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there.
Sorry, Nick. If only my sister were here.
I was really taking this hard. Okay, and we're back to the beginning.
Okay, well, because it's taken us back to the beginning, there's something to find, but I don't know how.
Let's go through each of her points again, but let's think critically and think contradictory about everything that she said. What does not line up with evidence? Let's go through it again. So, it was Christmas Eve just after midnight. We've already clarified that, and that
Okay.
matches up with when the death apparently happened.
Yes.
So that's... You were in your car. Okay.
That's a kind of a nothing sentence,
Yeah,
really,
it
isn't
doesn't
it?
really matter where she was. She was in her car. Heard
Heard
this
the
bang come from the lake. Okay, so we didn't press her on that, I don't
I thought we did.
think. Did we? Did we press her on that one?
Thought
We
we
can
did.
skip through it quickly.
So
you weren't looking at the lake at the
lake?
time?
No,
No.
I looked after I heard the noise.
Okay.
And then he objects.
Okay. So when you looked out the window, saw two gents in the boat. We didn't press that one.
No, because we figured that it was pretty one-to-one of like, well, that doesn't contradict anything. That's the photos right there.
Could you clearly see the two men?
Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you?
That's not what we asked. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course. Witnesses testified that she saw them. There is also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions.
He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. And there was another bang. We pressed that already. Wasn't near anything on the lake but that boat.
That's where it ends. Maybe we do press her on when she was in the car.
Try it
It's
then.
the only thing we didn't press on.
Why were you camping there anyway?
I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research.
What research? This all sounds a little suspicious.
I can't press further, but I feel like it's not going to go anywhere.
Ms. Hart, could you be more specific about your research?
Yeah. What does the witness motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
Wait now, I'm the one who says that.
Well, then say it already.
Objection sustained.
Thanks for nothing, Your Honor.
Enough!
And now we've... Yeah, because it was waiting for us to press on every line, I guess.
Right.
I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
But, Your Honor!
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood.
Uh-huh.
Nick! Lada's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy.
I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand.
Hold it.
Who was that?
It was me!
Maya!
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? I'm going to be patronizing
No,
you.
I do not!
Are you having a woman's period?
Lada, no! Lada Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death.
Wow. Get shot.
Lada! Did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You all stand down! I will bellowit you from this high chair! The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lada!
Answer me, you bitch!
What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it, I saw Edgeworth. Enough! Judge. Declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He's in contempt of court and must leave.
No. No!
Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Huh. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
How about you go fuck yourself? Wrong!
Wrong! What?
Did you hear what Ms. Hard just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Yeah, fuck nuggets. Order! 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 He's no, you're not getting anywhere.
You're in contempt of court. It is too late for wild claims.
You're in contempt of fashion, you
Judge,
bastard!
sustain my objection.
Sustain my finger!
You're a sham.
Yes, Sam Von Karma! No, I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. The defense has a point.
What?
You are a fuck nugget. Ms. Ladderheart has made a new testimony. Why is everyone playing Project Zomboid recently? Has it had a new update?
Because Markiplier.
Maybe, actually, yeah. What a fucking weeb.
Markiplier plays a game and everyone goes, oh yeah, that's a game that exists.
The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. I'm on his side now, even though I told him to go fuck himself. Yes.
But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. And if you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Yes, I like the sound of arresting small children.
Wait!
Yes, Matt Faye, fuck off. You will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck.
Thanks for getting arrested. Now I've got another problem to deal with.
Again.
Anyway, what? What, Denise? What? Worm a damn Sandy.
You're just so defensive.
Cases, shut up. I don't care what Case is. He's not even here.
I care not for this melodrama.
Get some balls, Growlith. It's been said they haven't got any balls. They need to get some balls.
Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witness.
That's fine, because I don't like badgers either. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here, or else he's going to throw a badger at me. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Pout. Pouting face.
Last statement. A sight clear as day. Man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, what about the other man?
You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness testimony. Find it! If you can.
Oh,
fuck.
Shit, we're getting penalised now just for questioning, so we have to...
Jesus.
Alright. And if I can find anything like in that. Can't squander Mayor's efforts either. Okay, so what else does she say? I saw it clear as day. Oh, that's it! That's her testimony. I saw it as clear
It's one word, so we have to find something to present with that because we can't press on it. So we have to find something to present.
Okay, so she's saying that there she is in her car. She looks out on the lake and she sees Mr. Edgeworth on the boat as clear as day. What about that statement seems fishy? Talk me through your thought process. Because she has to be lying for us to be in the right. So she says she looks out, I saw it as clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth.
Is it clear as day when it's this because it's like the middle of the night and it's pitch black?
Sounds good enough to me. I mean, the camera that she's got couldn't take a clear photo, but she's saying she can see him as clear as day. That sounds reasonable to me. I'd go with that.
Yeah, because that's literally the only thing I have that can like match up with this single sentence, single standalone sentence of like, well, none of this, you know, the gun and the bullet aren't really relevant. Neither really is the map, I suppose. I mean, we can check. We don't have it.
We don't see where the boat was.
We can't see where the boat was. So I was like, well, if the boat was here, then it's around. You know, they haven't put a symbol to where the boat is, so the map can't help me with this.
So this is where you actually have to start using some logical deduction.
Yeah, so...
It's not going to hold your hand in this one of like, it's going to be written down in the evidence thing.
Yeah, this is just the time, and she doesn't mention the time. This is her camera, it takes a picture when we're talking about the light, but we're not talking about the camera, we're talking about her.
Yeah.
So this is the only thing that I can vaguely think of, like, well, that's a picture of what she could see, and that picture is pretty dark. So what the hell could she see?
Go for it. Gotcha. I've got you, Miss Hart. Finally, you lying sack of southern shit.
Why? You got why?
Let me distract you with some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, It's funny. Click. Click next. Click the arrows. Click the yellow arrows that cannot be seen by the people because it is behind my face.
Okay, click on your face.
Click my face. Ah! Photo I took? What?
The photo I took.
The very same. Also, he has black eyes. There's something I wanted to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. It's the fact that you can't fucking see anything in it, Miss Hart. Fog.
So?
Well, this picture was taken with your professional, high-quality, incredibly expensive, over-the-top camera, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on that boat. And yet here you are saying that you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How?
What? What?
Oh, shit, he done got me good.
Mr. Wright has a point. He's got a whole finger.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please.
Ah, so you're keeping things in the court now, Mr. Von Karma. Well, now she has said it, so now what you gonna do? How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself!
Miss Hart,
What?
would you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen to be not seen.
You're right. It was cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back to the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me.
Oh no.
When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem.
So she's got binoculars. Why did you say she was out here again?
To take photos of meteors?
You used binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Right, this one had better be good. I've got to find some contradictory evidence with those binoculars. Right. So, based on what she said, the newest piece of evidence is that she said that she heard the bang
Yeah.
and she took out her binoculars. Also, we're assuming then that based on what she said, like, so from the last thing that she said, there was a bang, and then she looked out on the lake, and she saw two men in the boat. So that would indicate that the first bullet missed, and it was the second bang that got him.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if she heard the bang and then was like, what the hell was that, looked out,
And
she'd
she
have seen a
didn't
man
want-
falling into the water
Yeah.
or in the water. So she heard the miss, in theory, and then looked out on the lake. So it was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. Careful, we can't press
yeah, we
everything.
can't press it.
We
I mean,
might
it's
get
not glowing
penalised.
red, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
I
we
feel.
might be getting penalised. Ah, yes,
What's
binoculars magically get rid of fog. They do. That's why they put them
Yes.
on cars.
Yeah.
Fog lights, they actually just turn your binoculars on.
Yep.
And just turn the screen into a white piece of paper.
It's by oculars. It's a second set of eyes, so you can see things.
Ah,
That's the point.
gay glass.
Yeah.
Binoculars.
Binoculars.
Gay glass.
Yep. Turned you gay.
Where's my glasses?
My glasses.
Once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Okay. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. Okay. See, that in and of itself does match up. But there's got to be something wrong with it. But I don't feel like we've got enough information to go with. Because all that's done is justify what she said before, and it's like, okay, well, that could make sense. Because if you've got binoculars, then they would allow you to potentially see through the fog, maybe.
Maybe.
I feel like we need to press for more information on that then. Or even on that one. It's like you brought binoculars with you.
I don't know. Maybe it is this one. Maybe Growlith's right. Maybe we just press again and being like, even if you had binoculars, you still couldn't see through the fog. That's not an excuse.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
that's fair.
Maybe that is the logic of like that's still not an excuse.
If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change all of that? Thank you, Growlith.
What do you mean?
Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him.
I did, yeah. Enough. There's no room for doubt in her testimony.
She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many von Karmic objections I get. You just got verbalized. I'm gonna find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do.
Okay, we're not being penalised anymore.
Okay, so this is a new testimony, so we are finding new stuff. So how could you see Edgeworth? I'm getting to that. Shut your hole.
Now just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from.
Man's attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Wow!
Hey, my last girlfriend died before I could even tap that.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. So let's finish up setting my camera up. I got back to the car.
Yeah. Your camera?
Yeah, it's got an automatic.
It's got an automatic objection. God damn, I need one of those.
The issue I'm concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
I don't know about that. He's not letting her answer any of my questions. What a dick. Brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars? You mean binoculars?
Yeah, binoculars.
It's a funny word.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yesterday you mentioned that you were looking for shooting stars, correct?
I get that from Dad. Binoculars.
But I said it.
That's what his dad sometimes says it. Well, yeah.
Oh, don't look like that. You've got a frog look too. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? Shut your face, Von Karma!
The camera is irrelevant to the case.
You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case?
I mean, it took a fucking photograph of it, so yeah.
But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
I will shoot you with my Kruger! Do you wish to press further about the camera?
I don't know. This feels like the first. I'm worried that this feels like the first case where if I'm not careful, I can actually lose.
This is make it or break it time. Bang! The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning and point at you. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there.
Very well. Ms. Hart, you'll testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Okay, camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Talk me through your process here, Blue. What do you think?
Shower. Noise.
Talk me through what you're thinking, Ella.
I'm not thinking a lot at the moment.
Let's go to the case report. What we got? It's the camera set up, set to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected faces the lake.
Okay.
Which we already knew that.
We already knew that. So the thing, I guess the question we have here is that it's been clearly stated multiple times that there were two bangs.
Mm-hmm.
We've got one photo.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the other photo?
I think you're thinking a little too far ahead.
Oh god damn it, this game.
Yeah, because we've got to find a. So from what she's saying, she set up this camera to take pictures of a meteor shower, and we've got here that the camera's been that she set up is set up to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected. Hence, where we got the gunshots from, facing out towards the lake. So what about that would seem suspicious? Facing the lake, not facing the sky, like a fucking heretic. I mean, there is that, but you could also argue that facing the lake, you get the horizon in that shot. So.
Yeah, if you faced, you know, the trees or whatever, loud lake meteors. I mean, they would make a noise if they splashed in the water, but I guess you could argue that maybe they wouldn't be as loud as a bang. I don't know. How loud is a I don't know.
What?
I'm just reading what Growlithe said. She said, yes, those loud lake meteors. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if a meteor landed in the lake, it would make a noise. I don't know.
You know when she said that she's taking pictures of shooting stars, right? You are aware that when people take pictures of shooting stars, they're taking a picture of the white light that goes across the sky that comes absolutely nowhere near Earth's atmosphere. We're not she's not photographing Armageddon. Have you been playing too much Final Fantasy? Have you actually been sat there thinking that she's trying to take photos of a meteor strike spell? That's not what she's doing! She's... Blue! Please! What?
Honestly, your reaction is funny. No, I didn't think that fully, but your reaction is hilarious.
Just said meteors landing in the lake!
Like little
What are you
stones.
on about?
Like little stones.
No!
It happens all the time.
No, it doesn't! No one's walking around and they go, oh fuck, I've been hit by another meteor, another 2mm meteor that fell from the stratosphere. Nobody does. What? Even Growlithe's like, Blue.
Oh fuck, I guess I'll just leave.
Oh my god, can someone please clip this?
I'm stupid, okay? It's been established. I'm a stupid person. This is probably why I don't do well at puzzle games, because my logic is just flawed.
It's because you're too trusting of people of like, I'm here to take photos of a meteor shower, and Blue's like, yeah, okay, so we've got meteors landing in the lake and making big splashes, because that's a normal thing that happens.
No.
You don't want to kiss anymore.
No, because I feel stupid.
Oh, we don't think you're stupid. We think
You
you're
do
cute.
think I'm stupid.
Well, I do, but the chat doesn't. They think you're cute and adorable, and
You
so
think
do
I'm
I.
stupid.
I just love that realization I had of like, wait a second. We're thinking of two different things here. Oh. Can I have a kiss, please, so we can make up? I love you. Whoop. I tell you what, the next point and click game we play will be one that you have played, and then I can look dumb because I won't know the answers, and you will, and you'll be sat there
I won't
going,
know
you'll
the
figure
answers.
this
Because,
out.
I won't know the answers because I forget shit.
No,
I
but
don't
you have
remember
played the game a long
answers.
time ago, so you'll know the basic gist. Oh, we need some love for Blue because she's now thinking shit. She sat there thinking, oh, we should have played Final Fantasy now. I understand Final Fantasy. Throw fire at spiders. It's easy.
Final Fantasy is simple. It's got game logic. This has got actual logic, which I'm bad at.
We definitely need a clip of me losing my shit. Though.
Yeah, you losing your shit was funny.
Anyway, you were photographing shooting stars. Well, that's a lie.
Says who?
Says Growlithe, that's who. I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You'd have to be some kind of moron that thinks meteors land in the lake in order to set up in that position.
I like how Phoenix is actually making the point that Core made, not the point that the Growlithe made.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Even Phoenix at this point is like, yeah.
Even Phoenix is like, you have to take a picture of the sky, not the lake. So, I'm good. Yay, I'm as smart as Phoenix. That's not something to be proud of, but yay. I'm also stupid.
You'd have to point the camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Ms. Hart.
Duh. That's literally the game logic.
Yeah. It's not like, the fact that meteors don't make a sound. Maybe Phoenix does think that. Maybe every time he sees them, when he's seen them in movies and stuff, and they go across the night sky, he's like, yeah, they definitely make noise. Not the fact that this thing is, millions of light years away from us, and therefore we would not hear jack shit. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? I'm driving her up the wall. The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? My penis! Your Honor, take a look at this! What was Miss Hart trying to take a photograph of?
Your penis.
My penis! The whale penis! We've come full circle!
You were right, the penis.
She's trying to take a picture of a whale penis. Miss Hart, is this your penis? Okay, took a bit, but I clipped the Metero shenanigans.
Meteor. It's just a typo. Don't harp on everything.
I am a defense attorney. I have to find contradictions in what has been posted. You also capitalized it when you didn't need to. This is what you were trying to photograph. What is this? She was trying to take a photograph of a newspaper? No, you dumbass. Gordy. I really wish that in that yellow bang it said the sun.
It's not Gunno, is it?
Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake. Well, Miss Hart?
I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at that lake trying to photograph this Gordy.
What are you thinking, Blue? That's what you're thinking.
Is it the camera again?
Why would it be the camera?
Because of the microphone? Because you got, as has been clearly stated, the sounds?
No, not laughing at it. I don't know why, but I just focused in there. I was like, I wonder if there's anything actually written down in there. And it's just,
And let's
The
notice
news-
that as well.
the news
it's
report
all,
just-
it's all blurred and out of focus, but
and it looks like the next word along says go.
go, it does, doesn't it?
So is that going to be like go funding? A go living? I'm trying to think of what that could be written down, but Sorry, you were saying when I was laughing because I was. What is it you said?
Is it because the camera's set up to take a sound? I vaguely recall that this article said there was a noise, but we can't view the writing of this article, which is a bit annoying. But when we got this, I thought that he said,
Strap streams. Objection, Your Honor, my client cannot be legally declared guilty if he doesn't sloppily make out with me in court. That's right, Von Karma. Edgeworth is innocent until he pins us to the podium and makes out with me in front of everyone. And then Gumshoe just boots the door off the hinges, and he doesn't fit through the door, so he has to go in sideways.
"That's my boyfriend!"
He just picks right up by the scruff of the neck and carries him out. I'm holding this man in contempt of my arms. Throws him out. I mean, I like your logic on that one. That seems to make sense to me.
Yeah, I vaguely recall Larry or something said that this photo, the couple who took this photo heard a loud noise when this photo was taken, but annoyingly the game is not telling me that. I vaguely remember that.
him saying something along those lines.
So I don't know if the proof is the camera again or the news article again.
I demand a manhwa of this immediately.
What?
What's a manhwa?
Den, are you okay?
Manhwa.
How are you enjoying this trial?
Oh my gosh, a rogue spoon is that body of water.
What
is happening to chat?
Google it.
Wait, a manhwa is a real thing? It's just look like you mashed your keyboard with too many fingers.
What are you two fucking talking about?
Manhwa. What is a manhwa? Man.
I can't believe Spook's actually Googling this.
I'm Googling it in incognito mode because I do not trust Denise. Reject all. Manhwa is the general Korean term for cosmics and print cartoons.
The Loch
Because
Ness Monster
everyone
looks
knows
like
that-
a ladle, the top of a ladle. So you think that this looks like a giant ladle spoon sticking out of the lake?
You're all fucking dumb together. Yeah, anyone who's just joined the stream or has just tuned in, you're gonna need to go back about 20 minutes when we realised that Blue thought that when she said there was a meteor shower, she was expecting meteors to fall from the sky and land in the lake. It's an elephant trunk or my dick. Confirmed, Denise has a whale penis.
Does she hang it on the wall?
Probably hangs it over Krauser's shoulder. when he's in the midst of playing League. And she's like, this is you, a fucking
I
dick.
feel like my brain is actually deteriorating. What is going on?
Yeah, Growlithe clipped it. You might want to go and watch that because I fucking lost my shit.
It's probably the biggest spook breakdown that we've ever had.
You reckon?
Maybe. You did go very red.
It was very dumb what you said. I love you. I love you to bits.
Yeah, this is the thing. Spook thinks the clip is very funny because he's losing it and laughing his ass off. I hate it because it makes me look like a fucking moron. So I don't like it.
You're okay with being neurospicy.
There's a difference between being neurospicy and just feeling like an absolute goddamn idiot.
I don't know. I feel like that's just the next stage from being neurospicy. It's that the reason that I thought this is because I'm neurospicy.
Probably, but still.
We love you, Blue.
Yeah, anyway, the fact of the matter is I don't know if I should present the camera or the article, because I feel like it's one or two of them things.
Well, at the moment, we've not actually linked her to the article.
Well, she says, let me prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy.
Okay,
because
why does that...
we showed the article to be like, you were down at the lake to take photos of Gordy, which was this. And now she's asking us to prove it.
Yeah, I know, but like you could put if the judge said prove that I was interested in Gordy, and then you just show the article of Gordy, that doesn't actually have anything to do with it. The camera could though. The camera could make more sense because it was her camera. Okay. I don't think we're at the prison. There you go. So
proof.
I have it. Proof. He's a big sensey baby today. Camera literally says was pointing at the lake. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. Don't show me your whale penis. What is the proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy? I'd love it if you gave you a badge as evidence on one of the times of like, it is this because I fucking said so. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera.
Yeah, see, that's the camera pointed at the lake. We already pointed that out. It was quite interesting that, like, Growlithe is there being like, yes, the camera that takes noises. Isn't it a bit weird that it's taking noises? And Cole was like, oh, it's taking pictures, surely it should be pointed at the sky. And Spook was like, well, no, if it's pointed at the lake, you probably still have the horizon in it. And then the game literally said, shouldn't this camera be pointed at the sky? And I was like, well, at least Cole was correct.
It's the difference between wisdom and intelligence.
Yeah.
Intelligence is knowing that meteor showers don't occur on Earth pretty regularly, and then the wisdom thing is just the noticing thing of like, don't you need to point it fucking up? It's like, have you heard the one about the mathematician and the engineer talking in the pub?
Probably, but go on.
The mathematician is trying to lose weight, and they said that what they've been doing is they've been on this new diet, and every time they have a bowel movement, they go to the scales first and they weigh themselves, and then they have their business, and then they weigh themselves again, and they've been making a chart to see how much weight they've been losing from the befores and afters, and they're trying to chart it, and the engineer says, that's really dumb. Why don't you just shit on the scales? The engineer and the mathematician. There you go. It's intelligence versus wisdom. Ta-da! Can you prove that this baby didn't use the mind powers to make the bullet fire from the gun and kill the victim?
Can you?
Can you prove it?
Can you prove it?
Speaking of babies, there's a new baby in the world.
Yes, there is. We talked about it. She's very cute.
She hasn't done anything yet, though. She's a bit crap.
She's been birthed.
Yeah, get on with it.
That's all the babies do for a while.
Fucking get on with it. Do something with your life. Time's running. Shit's hard at the moment. You gotta hit the ground running.
Pay your rent.
Throw it to the floor and say, you better start walking, bitch, because you need to start buying a house. Shit ain't gonna get any better.
Oh, don't be mean.
I'm gonna say that about our own kids, you know that?
Yes.
I'm gonna look over the cradle and be like, you are crap. Do you know that? Do something useful.
Get on with it, child. You need that house, yes.
Yeah, exactly. We got targets. There are KPIs to hit.
Be nice to my newly born niece.
Sippy time. Anyway, your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here. Thus this photograph taken whence the gun fired upon thine lake.
All right, Urianshe, calm down.
And hear this article about Gordy. According to this article, in the blurry text, Gordy made a loud noise. It would have been nice for us to have that in the title.
Yeah, so we could have double-checked it.
Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well? You were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera up in response to loud noises. Actually, I just set up to take pictures of dudes that were banging in a boat. Don't judge me.
I'll judge you. I am the judge. I will judge who I please.
I'm studying the social sciences, so it's legitimate to my interests. Bang!
Order, order! I see.
I too thought it was fuck off. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, that's me paraphrasing Phoenix. Fuck off. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you?
Yeah. Not bad. Oh, you lawyers that smart. So, smart boy, well, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what?
What?
What? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than what the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey!
There you go, Blip.
But, as she said so succinctly, so what?
Succinctly?
It changes nothing!
I was trying to take pictures of Gordy. I heard that it likes to bang men on boats, and I had an interest in that too.
Well, his entire body looks like one big penis.
What this gay orgy needs is more whale penis. Denise, get in here!
I hate this. I hate this.
No, you don't. Tuesdays are the best day. Everyone loves Tuesday stream. Not true.
Not true.
You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. Incoming whale noises.
Now that's a clip.
It's clearly called Chaos Stream. Exactly.
Yes.
You named it this. You like having
It was
me
an
here.
accurate name.
I am the other side of your coin.
Yes.
I'll be the head, because I think. You can be the tail.
Because I'm a furry.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
Go with that.
Because it's PG. Reason, not sure why I put a while. It's been a while.
Been a while.
But what could it have been? A while. Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Like that body got to the bottom of the lake. How did they get the body out?
Didn't they say it washed up?
Must have done then.
Miss Hart!
Mazart! Why did you hide the fact that you were an idiot from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Oh, right. Fine, I'll testify. Won't change nothing, though.
Something will change. It has to.
It was a wild whale for a while.
And I'm gonna spot it. Don't you push your bush. Hang on a minute. She pushes her hair to the left, but it doesn't actually move any further. That curl doesn't move. I don't think I've ever noticed that. Her hair. How are you doing that?
It's just graphics, darling.
It's just gravity.
Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out of that lake. Wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat for the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry.
Okay. So what do you find suspicious about what she said there? Talk me through, like, because we have to assume that she's lying at this point. And the current conundrum that we're facing, that Phoenix has, because he has to, is that she keeps saying she was looking at the boat. Mm-hmm. So we have to prove that that is wrong. Okay. That is our motive at the moment. She doubles as a mime. She made an invisible wall.
She said she turned to it when she said she was looking the whole time.
That's true.
True.
That is also true.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, I'm being interrupted.
The witness testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There's no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
I claim the defence's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Kammer's up to something, I know it. Sneaky German bastard. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? In red. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ah, that would be a first.
Wow.
Ah,
Balls in your face. And whale penis.
no.
Do whales have balls?
I don't want to answer that question.
Ha 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 ha, very fun. You have hypno eyes. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, I think
After
we're
this,
gonna,
I will have
we're
to...
gonna have the red warning again.
I'll have to spank you. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Do you understand? Yes, Your Honor. With my streamlined hair. Right. So. Does that matter?
No.
Next. Does that matter?
No.
Next. Does. Imagine what's does that matter?
No.
Alright, next. Oh, I was camping out by the lake. Does that matter?
No.
Okay. That's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. I don't think you need the word right there, but okay.
That's proper action. I look right straight out of that lake.
I done did it, diggity.
Wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Saw a flash near one of the men's hand, and I heard another gunshot.
So that would be the shot
The
that
second
hit.
shot, yeah. Okay.
So talk me through what you're thinking, love, because we've got another moment of silence here as Blue is trying to piece things together in her head of like, what is the contradiction here?
We still know that this is a contradiction that we just still haven't brought up yet.
Well, it's not necessarily a contradiction, but there's missing information.
Yeah.
But no one's talking about it
No one's
yet.
talking about it, which is frustrating. This is not relevant. That's the photo.
We're essentially trying to prove the validity of this witness to begin with, so what have we got? What are you thinking?
Just watched the boat the whole time.
Why does that seem odd? Sometimes you might be overthinking it. So, why does it seem odd that she was watching the boat the whole time? Put yourself in her shoes. So you've turned up at the lake. You're trying to take photos of Gordy because that's what you do.
Okay. So it's odd that she would watch the boat just because that's not what she's looking for?
Yeah.
Yes?
That's reasonable. There's a reasonable objection.
Person?
What have we got? There wasn't much else to look at. The lake is beautiful. I live
Yep.
here. How dare you? I don't know. She heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat.
What? What'd I do now? What are you giving me that look for?
Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there.
I haven't had a slush puppy in ages.
Oh, slush puppies are good.
You're right there, Blue. You went a bit primitive there.
Oh, slush puppies. Maybe it's time for some evidence. What evidence? Cameron's already taking the picture when the loud noise happens.
Slush puppy. You just said that she'd be looking for Gordy, so what evidence there is linked to Gordy?
That's the article. Present the article again? Doesn't feel right.
Sometimes you do have to present the same thing multiple times, because there's only so many things you've got.
Yeah.
Ms. Hart, were you really looking at that boat?
What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it.
I agree. Any normal person would.
Wow.
You're being called out now,
Yeah.
Lotta. But you are far from normal.
What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You familiar with a person called Sandy Cheeks?
Leave your jacket on, sonny boy. I'll knock you the fuck out of it. You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought.
Ah,
See? Baby steps in your thinking, love. You're trying to solve the puzzle right from the bat. We don't need to do that. Just one contradiction at a time. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. I'm intrigued in your courtroom drama. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need them to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing.
ah.
Which I think is his way of saying you wouldn't know there was going to be a murder at the time, so you wouldn't have brought binoculars to go boat watching. Well?
Well, now y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a little bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
And all?
No.
Ms. Hart, are you saying that you lied? You committed perjury? That you were not watching the boat, then? Blue is shocked.
Sorry, y'all. I don't have a shocked expression. It's not a press and hold. It's a toggle.
Technology.
It's a there you go.
Toggle.
Toggle. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be a witness in the murder and all.
I could be famous!
I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now.
My name is Earl. This is totally uncalled for. Like.
But hey! You got the photograph, you got proof.
Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and... The other photo!
The second photo again!
Don't interrupt! Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
I don't even eat pie!
Shut my what?
What was she gonna say just now? She took that photo and ate it? Made a music video out of it? Wait a second. Second! Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I gotta do his voice through Phoenix's voice.
No.
Phoenix the wet lettuce. Where he's like, how does Detective go? Detective Gumshoe had a photograph to prove it. And then he's got his own voice. But you really can't tell from this photo who was shooting.
No, we talked about this before. His internal monologue is Max
He's Max
Payne.
Payne. But you really can't tell from that photo who is shooting.
That's his internal monologue.
That's why she said she's gonna enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. Went slightly Marge Simpson there.
A little bit, yeah.
Homie.
A little bit.
She enlarged the whale penis.
No.
Why won't Von Karma let us show it? I've got a hunch. Like Notre Dame. Rip. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean death for Edgeworth.
Yeah. Prison for Edgeworth or worse.
Yeah, like, it's definitely the death penalty.
It's the death penalty, yeah, for murder.
It's already been staged in this game. What should I do?
Make us show it.
Ms. Hart, we demand you get your penis out. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, I'm
Stop
funny.
it! It's the same joke!
But it's the same line! You enlarged this photograph, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
Then show us this Nickelback parody immediately! No, don't do that.
Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You all fool.
You cantankerous old bastard.
Look at this graph.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart! Show the photo to the court! Show us the enlargement! Show us the work that has been done on you!
No. Prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence.
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court, and the prosecution will sit the fuck down.
Here it is.
I can see from the look on Blue's face, she's like, I was really hoping for something better.
More. I was hoping for something more helpful.
I enlarged Magdeek. We still cannot see who is firing in this, other than the person on the right-hand side. It could be the defendant, or it could be Coco the Clown. Regardless, I'll accept it as evidence. There you go. Lake photo number 2.
Happy now, Mr. Wright.
There has to be something.
You asked for the enlargement, and you got the enlargement. That combined with his smile is upsetting.
It still doesn't impress the grills.
Do the dates match? I'll double check. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it.
I suppose this means the cross-examination
Is over, obviously.
And I would like to close the cross-examination of Ms. Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. I was a flagrant waste of my time.
Let's have a look at that photo again. Because this is now the... Oh, it's been updated.
It's been updated.
Oh, so we don't even have the old photo.
Don't have the old
So-
one. I think that is the same. 12:15.
That's why I didn't say late photo number 2, because it has literally just changed the picture of it. So that is the same. So, oh, Besso's here.
Hello, Besso!
You missed out on some funny stuff earlier.
Stop making fun of me. I have the stupid.
You have the dumb.
I have the stupid.
Your dumb is large. Besso, would you like to know what Blue thought? Blue thought that we
You
had
guys are so mean to me. You guys are so mean to me. You guys are so mean to me.
Yeah. The witness in this case said that she had a camera set up to record loud noises and that she was looking for meteor showers. And Blue believed her because she thought that we were actually going to get meteors landing in the lake that she was pointing the camera and they would make noise. Not that a meteor shower would be like lights in the sky that are all pretty. And now she feels very dumb.
Have the stupid.
We love you for being slightly dumb, though.
Am I an entertaining streamer, chat?
Very, very.
I have the stupid.
Yeah. Even the guy who spends his living being high found that funny.
Wow.
And we're back.
You're so mean to me. You're so mean.
Is anyone ever mean to you on any other stream?
No.
Well, then it's about time you got some.
I don't know. Actually, people were pretty mean to me on Friday. You saw the
Well-
clip about the spiders. You saw the clip. There was a spider infestation, and I got rid of it, and they wanted to overthrow my government and monarchy system, and I was like, what about all those spiders I got rid of? And no, nobody remembered that I got rid of the spiders, but it don't matter because I won anyway.
That was quite the little moment you had for yourself there.
Yes.
Are we back?
Yes, I was reciting the clip of the spiders, essentially. What game was that? That was King of the Castle.
Yeah, you should join us on Fridays for community game night because we
Yeah.
do have some fun.
Yeah.
I want to start doing some Halo community game nights, but we need to play Halo first.
Okay. So we'll address that next, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's going to be next.
So if we finish Ace Attorney,
Or Final Fantasy.
okay, I feel like we're gonna
Probably this one,
I feel like
yeah.
we're gonna finish Ace Attorney
It
first.
feels more like
We'll do Halo as the next game on Tuesdays, and then once I'm a bit more used to playing Halo, we'll maybe do a Halo community night on Friday.
Yeah.
Because every Friday's community night, and we play community games.
And Halo Infinite, the multiplayer aspect, is free.
Oh,
You don't need to buy it. You only need to buy
That's-
the campaign.
that's neat.
Yeah. So we can
So
have
that's-
people join him
That's fun. Okay,
without having to spend any money.
that's good.
Any more SCP cleanup game thingy? I always forget the name.
SCP. Oh, Lethal Company.
Wow, I'm glad you deciphered that because I was sat there and I was like, SCP cleanup. What in the name
Lethal Company.
of unholy contraband is that?
It's not a bad description though, is it?
I nearly peed myself during that stream. Golden clips.
It was very fun. It was very.
I
fun.
did enjoy Lethal
We will
Company.
likely play it again, but just not right away because I like playing a variety of different things. So we've done Lethal Company, we did Jackbox, we've done Rounds, we've done King of the Castle, and
Did the tank game?
we did the tank game.
Oh no, we haven't done that on Community.
Yeah, we haven't done that in the community. That's true. And we've done Party Animals.
Dinosaurs. Spook. Tell her. Blue. Dinosaurs.
Denise wants me to play the dinosaur game.
What dinosaur game?
It's called Primal something. Marsh put me onto Rounds. Yeah, Mirish joined in with us. It was like £2. Path of Titans. You'll have to look it up. It's a dino game. You play as a dinosaur.
So it's Primal Instinct. That was fun.
That was fun. That was just Left 4 Dead, but dinosaurs. But that was fun. But Path of Titans, you play as a dinosaur. It's a survival game, but you're playing as the dinosaur. So you're just trying to like find food and survive and not get eaten by predators
Okay.
as a dinosaur.
Sounds
But
cool.
it's multiplayer. On modded servers, you can be a dragon. That is also important. Yes. Rounds is chaos, I hear, with like 16. Rounds was a crazy. I will say that the VOD for Rounds is actually up on YouTube right now. And if you want to have a laugh, that is just absolute chaos. It's great.
I know what we need to do next time if we have a lot of people. You can play team battle on rounds as opposed to a free for all.
Yes.
That could be quite
Yeah,
fun.
we did free for all before.
And we could also do Shell Shock Live. That's quite fun as well, which is the tanks game
Mm.
that you might have seen boys and whatnot playing. That's quite fun because there's lots of weapons and it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
about accuracy. It's
One
just
game
fun.
that I would like to play is The Last Train Out of Wormtown. Because yeah, I know it's a
Sounds like an innuendo.
it's a weird name. It's not. Which is basically it's like Tremors. Let me find it on my wish list because it has a friend pass like Party Animals does. So only one person has to own the game, and it's 8 players versus a worm. And the worm can only see if you're on the sand. So it's the floor is lava meets Tremors.
Oh, right.
So the players are trying to get coal from around the town to fuel the train. And the worm is trying to eat them.
Okay.
So,
We will be back to the game in just a
there's,
moment.
there's the players. So the players have to like clamber around on all the rocks and all the stuff. And if they're on the sand, then the worm can see them, quote unquote. So you have to try and stay on top of the buildings, or the worm will try to eat you. Get out of Wormtown.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it does sound fun. Be the worm, so you can only see people when they're on the sand. So you can't. They can't see it. Yeah, there's the red line of like someone's walking on the sand. So as the person, you've got to try to cling to the rocks and cling to the train and stuff. And as the worm, you'll essentially just like throw yourself of like, I know there was someone around here, so I'm just going to yeet and hope that I may maybe hit them.
Okay. That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
it sounds fun. It's in early access, and as you see, it's got a friend pass. So only the person who hosts the game has to buy, which would be me because I would host the game. So we're going to play that at some point. It's not. I don't think it's going to be this week, but I would like to play this because it looks like fun.
Okay.
So that looks like another fun evening, and I believe you can obviously take turns being the person and being the worm.
Right. Should we get back to Phoenix, right?
That is a game that I would like to play, but we've got a few that we have we've got. Oh God. Twitch integration. Baldur's Gate, Book of Demons, Choice Chamber, Cult of the Lamb, Disco Elysium, Drawful, Fall Guys, Hades, Human Fall Flat. That's one that we should probably play at some point, huh? Human Fall Flat. All the jackpot stuff, King of the Castle, Marbles, Monster Prom games. Noita is an interesting one. That's another chat integration one where it's basically me versus chat, I think. Spy Animals, Plate Up,
Ah, yes.
and Vampire Survivors, and the Yaug, to list some of the ones that I already have.
Oh, we wanted to do Overcooked as well.
Yes. Similar to Plate Up.
Similar to Plate Up, but Plate Up is a lot more about automation and stuff.
Right.
I had a lot of fun with that with Kay, Den, and Nerowin, I believe.
Yeah. Overcooked is fun. Yeah, we've... I don't know why Overcooked isn't in this list.
Probably because it doesn't have Twitch integration.
It doesn't, yeah, well, it's Twitch integration / multiplayer games to play on Twitch was what it ended up being.
Anyway. So, this photo is the latest piece of evidence that we've got. So let's have a look at it and compare it to what
this is still the one photo. In theory, there should be another, because the gun fired twice. Well, in theory, the gun fired 3 times, but only the bang was
oh yeah, because this is the enlarged.
This is the enlarged version of
It's not a second
It's
photo.
not a second
It's
photo.
the
It's
same.
that.
It's that.
Yes. Blue, yes. Yes, Overcooked is the game where I get angry at everyone, because I've worked in a kitchen. So that's where, literally, if we play Overcooked, it will be Blue is Gordon Ramsay, will be the stream title. Because I start to be like, where's the burger? Lettuce! Cheese! Service! That's
Georgina Ramsbottom.
That's me. That's me when I play Overcooked.
Smee!
It's fucking raw! Anyway.
So.
Yes. The short version is every Friday we try to play games to get the community involved, whether that is via Twitch chat or via big multiplayer games. So keep an eye open for that.
Growlithe has worked in the kitchen as a sink.
What?
I don't know.
What?
But that just seems to line up perfectly.
What?
Growlithe has worked in the kitchen as a sink. G.
It almost sounded like The More You Know.
Yeah.
It's like, what the what? I stated everything I needed when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
I'll boot up your ass. Nothing, of course.
My fist in your face.
I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait! It's not supposed to end like this! There has to be a clue in this photo. Somewhere. Oh, Blue, what? Oh, she found it.
Edgeworth's right hand.
She found it. She found it!
That's a left hand.
Correct. Yeah! See, Sink Boy agrees.
What?
This is bad, real bad. What should I do? What you're saying is we need to get you a chef hat and coat for your model. Oh my god, yes, you could. You should have like different model bits.
Well, yeah, I've got the shitty PNG crown for when I'm the king.
No, we need to get you like. Oh, we need to dress you up like the Swedish chef. Now we put the pasta in the pot.
That requires so much effort. I mean, it's the thing I can do, but it requires a lot of effort. The crappy PNG is a bit. Last year I had a crappy PNG birthday hat, and at Halloween I had a crappy PNG witch hat, so I was like, well, it's time for crappy PNG crown.
No, I think the only thing that would make that PNG crown better is if it followed your head.
I don't know how to do that.
If you could get a flat PNG, though, that worked with the 3D avatar that just followed your head, constantly looking at the camera, that would be brilliant.
It would be funny. I don't know how to do that. I think it's possible, but I don't know if it's even possible with this software or if I need to use a different software. I guess I went... Object to the enlargement, chat. Object to the enlargement.
Denise often objects to enlargements, apparently.
Well, yeah. We have to object to it because it's false.
Your Honor! There is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? It no longer fits in my pants. Is that right? You will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay. Here goes nothing. It's pierced. Cursed. I'll show the judge what's wrong with this photo with my tiny blue finger.
Take that!
Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at this hand! Every time I do, I think it's grand.
Oh, Kay's on Rocket League now.
What a fucking nub. Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. Hand? It looks like it needs some moisturizer. The hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence the left hand contradicts.
The gun!
The goon.
The gun, which was held in the right hand.
This evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding the pistol in his left hand. Yet, however, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, he's a Rakshasa. You're right, Blue.
Well done. Well done.
There we go. I love the pause there of as that sunk in of like these are. See, I take the piss, but I also make you laugh. The dichotomy of a boyfriend.
Of a future husband. My husbando.
El Husbando, the dodgy Dorito.
my husbando. I remember when you actually asked that, and like everybody in the group call had an answer. You literally did actually sit there and go, "Is there a male version of a waifu?" And like 6 people all went husbando.
Oh, is that an actual thing?
Yes, waifu and husbando.
I get waifu. That sounds Oriental. Husbando sounds Mexican.
Well,
Gringo,
that's just the word
please
you
be
use.
my husbando.
The husbando.
You must be hairy.
It's not Edgeworth.
I want when you're naked to look like you're still wearing a cardigan. If you'd seen John's
Leave.
back, that is what he looked like.
Leave. No, you can leave.
Hair everywhere.
You can leave.
The opposite of Besso.
No.
Besso looks like a discarded skin suit.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Excuse you. I'll leave.
Just fucking leave.
I love Tuesdays.
It's not an excuse to just have a go at people.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I haven't got everybody. Blue's in shock.
Don't just say shit about people like that. What is that emo?
Central what?
What? Well, I thought I recognised the face.
Ryan. Oh, is that Ryan that you watch on TikTok?
Maybe. I
Maybe.
recognise the face.
Now that everyone in the courtroom is quietened down.
Yeah.
I mean, do we really need to have an excuse to go at somebody? No, you don't.
Spook certainly doesn't.
I don't. I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You have given us definitive proof today. You little bitch. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. Also, I have a decent amount of hair, Spook. You haven't seen me in the nude. That's what you think. Stanji has many photos. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't shoot the pistol, then who did shoot the victim?
Precisely. As we have seen, there are no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Larry, no!
Throw Larry under the
No,
bus.
not Larry!
Goodbye, Larry. We saved you once. We will not save you again.
Maybe Edgeworth was correct.
There is only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Amanek. Order. Order. So, you're saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I do believe he was a legendary dog. I think there can be no other explanation. Indeed, that does only seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Suicide is out of the question.
What? He phoned the Samaritans.
An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot.
Care? How? The distance? What?
The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away.
A meter? What is that, like 2.5 kilometers? 3.5 million miles? That's 3 feet!
There you go. 3 feet's worth of time. There's no way it could have been suicide.
Could have long arms. Or shot with his foot. Order! Order! Mr. Montcalm, you sure of the accuracy of your data?
Of course. I'd already considered the possibility of suicide, you see.
You're a very smart man. Added. I see. But what if the victim was Waluigi? Very well. Allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum, wrapped in an enigma, spelt like a riddle. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. Court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. It's Ryan from the old OW Central. I don't know what that is. So you don't recognise the man?
I recognise his face, so I've seen it somewhere. I just don't recognise the name.
I mean, with that cropping, love, it could easily just be what's his face from Tonight with what's his John Oliver. Could be John Oliver.
Overwatch Central at CoxCon, right? So I've probably seen him at the convention, and it's just weirdly logged in my brain.
Understood.
If he was at CoxCon, then I would have seen him there.
You didn't see anybody because you were behind a sales stand.
Everybody came to that sales stand, let me assure you. You saw the queue! Everybody came to that sales stand.
It was spelled Q-U-U-U-U. Yes, Your Honour. Angry. Anger. That is all. Get out of my court. I'm going for a Subway.
He loves his Subway.
Q-U-U-U-U-U.
He's gonna go home and he's gonna sit there and he's gonna be holding his Subway and he's gonna be like, and he told me to say the court was adjourned. I'm an important judge.
Whew! That was a close one. Hey, it's your boy. Don't you have anything to say?
No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right?
That'd be a buzzkill. Oh, yeah, but, what happened that day on the lake anyway? What happened? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away.
What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him.
I did not murder him! I was just kidding around. Or was I? Look. I'm gonna go check on Maya.
Oh. Right.
He could have just been saying, oh, right.
Tell her something from me.
What?
Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all.
Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth?
Yeah, a thank you would be nice.
He can't talk to girls. He likes the boys.
Yes, he likes men.
He's got a young, hot piece of ass trying to save him, and then he's got the man that is the equivalent of 2 men out in the lobby, pacing like a pregnant father.
He's not just got a bear, he's got a dire bear.
Some say he bear, some say he ursa. Manhwa. Korean porn.
Oh.
I read the word Korean and I just gave up on the description, so...
You saw the word Korean and then you closed the article nope.
Yeah, I was like, it's clearly going to be Dodger.
your line.
Oh. I requisitioned a transcript of Loss's entire testimony. After I corrected the grammar and punctuation,
Yeah.
I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Korean manga, see? Korean porn. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Banag, that's bang out of order.
Hey.
There you go. We have some testimony.
To be continued. Right. We could potentially stop there and have a good stopping point, or we can keep going for probably another half hour.
Maybe treat it as a stopping point, do you reckon? Because my voice is starting to go.
Maybe.
And we've had some good moments.
We have had some good moments.
There was the whale penis. There was the media shower. There was...
Actually, no, there haven't been good moments.
There was chat.
Chat was good.
Blue appreciates chat. Thank you for
Yes,
coming.
I appreciate everybody. So I'm happy to keep going, but if your voice is hurting, then fair enough, we can stop.
My voice is slightly going.
Because
I've been shouting a lot.
yes, you had a lot of
I
shouty
do that on
characters.
Tuesdays.
You had a lot of shouty characters.
There's a dog barking next door as well.
The dogs are always barking next door. So even though we said that we could go a bit longer, we kind of. I mean, normally we'd finish at 5,
Yeah.
so we have gone a little bit longer. But you just suddenly acting like you're exhausted. Okay.
It's really taking it out of me. If we've got that clip in the Discord, we should play that. I want to see that.
No.
It's funny.
No. I've got a clip in the Discord that we can play.
What's
I could
that?
go find it. Did they put it in memes? I think it was put in memes.
Was it memes?
Was it put in memes?
Click, click,
It
click of
doesn't
the
appear
mouse.
to be. Yeah, my scroll wheel is exceedingly clicky.
Did you go past it?
I think I did. Maybe it wasn't in memes. Maybe it was in gaming.
I thought that's what you were looking for.
There's a video to go with it.
Oh, the video.
Yeah, the video version of it. I don't remember where it was though. So maybe not.
It's because your Discord is unorganized.
I mean, it's got so many categories.
Wouldn't it be under Twitch clips?
It's got so many categories, I can't help where other people post stuff.
Well, you should.
No, I can't find it. I got
It's just down there.
That's not the edited one. I was looking for the edited one.
The edited one.
Yeah, because Hope did an edited version.
I thought he only did an edited version of the sound.
No, he edited it into a video as well, but I can't find said video.
Oh. Rip.
Rip. Can I find it?
Oh. Good lord.
Oh,
Oh, is that it?
I think that's it. Yeah. And again.
That is your favourite all-time joke of people screaming and disappearing
It's
simultaneously.
just funny to me. And then Hope saved the sound, which I definitely downloaded to use later. And there's one for me as well.
It sounds like a bird.
This was dumb. We make noises. We have fun at community night. I need to decide what game we're doing this week. I don't know is the answer. I'll think about it. I got all week to decide. Make them redeems immediately.
Yeah.
No! The spook scream. Oh boy, I could do.
You can make that a sub goal of if we reach a certain sub goal, I will do it on your
Some goals are a bit redundant, let's be honest.
That's how you get more subs. Then you can say that Spook will come in and he will scream into the microphone and know that Hope can then take his professional audio, cut it off deliberately so we get a much better no, and then use that as a sound file. I'll drink plenty of water so I can give it a good proper sort of no.
That's a clip. Thank you.
See?
Okay, right. I
You
guess
need the laugh as well from Colosseum. That's a great laugh. Find that great laugh.
Okay. Right. I guess we're gonna end. Normally we would go for dinner and come back, but as we said at the start of the stream, we're going out to go see family because it is John's birthday.
I mean, if you have time, you can always come and stream something.
We might,
probably won't.
There might be another stream, but there might not be. It's a one-off, just because we're probably going to be out a bit later, and Spooker's work tomorrow, so he has to go to bed early. So normally we would come back at like 7:30 or something and do Final Fantasy for an hour, and then Spook would have to go to bed. But we may well get home at like 8, and at that point it's like, well, Spook's going to bed in half an hour, so there's no point. So that probably is going to be it for today. So in which case, if I don't see you tonight, I will see you tomorrow for a very full day from basically 11 to 11, basically. There will be stream. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been a grand old time, and I hope to see you soon. Love you all. Bye.
Bye, everyone.